Let's move on to the markets. The Nigerian market eventually ended a five-day bear run today. It gained about 0.3%. The NSE ASI index closing at 37,135 points. The gainers on the day included Total, Unilever, Nigerian Breweries, and GT Bank, while Ashaka Cement led the losers. The likes of Dangote Cement, Oando, Evans Medical, and NACO were also among the losers on the day. Joining me now to review the activities on the bourse at the Nigerian Stock Exchange is Rotimi Fakayejo, Managing Director at Enterprise Capital Partners. Rotimi, it's great to see that the market finally bounced back today. At some point, it seemed like we were going to have another bad day. It was down about 0.8% at some point during trading today, but it finally found a way to go up. And many people say, regardless of the fact that we saw Dangote Cement fall back. Of course, Dangote Cement is the heavyweight on the market. Your thoughts about the recovery we're seeing today? Because really, when you think about it, if Dangote Cement didn't fall back, the gain should have been a lot higher.
Yeah, the activity in the market today is quite impressive. I just, as you mentioned, that the market will have closed much better, if not for Dangote Cement. And I think there's a lot that comes to mind in reviewing that critically, in the sense that with the loss of about 4 naira coming from Dangote Cement, we still saw a situation whereby the market went up, which infers that the market is actually having a measure of maturity. And I think having gone through the bearish run in the last 6-7 trading days, I think coming back to positive is quite an impressive thing to have happened today. And a lot of activities are going to actually come after that, because we didn't see the change just in the industrial goods alone. We saw it all around. There was so much appreciation that we saw in the likes of banking subsector of the financial service sector. We equally saw the same thing in the food and beverages. And I think we really substantial the way it has happened today. And I think we are much better with the kind of gain that we saw today, in that we saw just a change of about 0.3% positive. Even that as it may, we believe that it's better to grow it steady. And maybe for the market cap, is still below 12 trillion right now. At least maybe in about, by this time next week, we'll be back fully at 12 trillion. Okay. And I think for what has happened today is bringing back a lot of confidence that there is really nothing to worry about concerning the Nigerian capital market. You think this will be sustained? You think the market will continue to rally? If we look around the gainers today, we saw Nigerian Breweries, Nigerian Breweries, GT Bank, Ashaka Cement, Unilever, and Total. Like you mentioned, it's pretty broad-based gains there. But some of those companies are companies that a lot of people have highlighted as being pretty expensive at this stage. Do you think this rally will be sustained going into tomorrow's session? Well, I think one thing that is instructive in what we have seen right now is the fact that the likes of Nigerian breweries have found a resistance level at about 150 naira. GT Bank at about 24 naira 50 kobo, and maybe looking at that with the way it has played out today, I think is really instructive that the rally may actually continue. And I think the resistance level that I perceive for the market capitalization is about 12 trillion naira, and I think that is really sustainable, because even with the gain, if the price of the 200 naira mark of Dangote Cement is restored back, then definitely we will see the ASI index doing much better. And I think there is really nothing to worry about that could actually bring the market down now, because we saw that bearish run, and we saw that everybody felt that it was going to maintain a continuous slide, but suddenly we saw it stabilizing at a point and now getting up again. So I believe strongly that the level that we are now, the rally that we want to see next, is going to be sustained, and we are not going to see the index getting lower than 37,000 basis points. Which stocks do you like, though, Rotimi? Run us through a few of your stock picks. Well, I think for now, looking at doing a critical analysis of the market in the banking sector, I would still say that a stock like UBA is still a very good pick. In the industrial goods sector, we can still beat our chest to a stock like Ashaka Cement. and also in the consumer goods. I want to believe strongly that Nigerian breweries is still a stock to look at.
What are your thoughts on Dangote Cement? I think I've heard mixed views on that. The analyst I spoke to on Open Exchange this morning thought it was a sell, but I spoke to another on Power Launch, he thought it was a buy. Where do you stand?
Well, for me, Dangote Cement is a buy right now, because by the time we see the second quarter results, I think that is going to be justified.
All right. What about others in that sector, the likes of Lafarge Wapco? I know you already like Ashaka Cement, so we can leave that out. But what about Lafarge Wapco and perhaps CCNN?
Well, Lafarge Wapco at almost hovering between 90 and 100 naira. I think for now it has almost reached its peak, and I think it may not really get better for now. So I think I may just say hold, and not for somebody to come in and take a new position. But for CCNN, I think it's still a very good one to look at.
Okay, what's your take on the activities of retail investors? Of course, foreign investors continue to dominate. The data suggests that their dominance has reduced recently, but they are definitely still major players in this market. But what about the retail investors? I know local institutional investors have become more active in the market. What about the retail?
Well, the retail, they are coming back gradually, and the kind of participation we have seen in recent time, if it had been that way about 6 months back, then definitely the index will have been higher than what we are seeing right now, because their piecemeal investment add up to so much, and by the time we have it increasingly in this with what we have seen presently, then definitely we are going to get a much better participation from them. But I think their confidence is waxing stronger day after day.